The Knights of Mount St. Mary return home to kick off a Tuesday night doubleheader at the Kaplan Center against the Purchase College Panthers. Thanks for joining me on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network. I'm Matt Scalzo. Glad you can make me a part of your Tuesday night. It is the first of two games tonight at the Kaplan Center. The Mount St. Mary men's team will face Manhattanville following the conclusion of tonight's contest. As for the women's team, Marion Dietz and her squad look to keep the good times rolling as they ride a 7-game winning streak coming into tonight and sit in second place in the Skyline. On Saturday, the Knights took care of St. Joseph Brooklyn 79-50, powered by a strong second-half performance and double-figure performances from Brianna Guglielmo and Maggie Trinkus. As for the Panthers, they come in on a 2-game skid and have dropped 8 of their last 10, most recently falling to Manhattanville on Saturday, 80-30. National Anthem is coming up in half a minute's time. Tip-off is next on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network. Welcome back to the Kaplan Center. Tip-off a few moments away. Let's meet the starters for tonight's matchup. First, for the Purchase College Panthers, Carly Graff starts at guard, joined by Hallie Gregg and Charlie Nebb, along with Kendall Larson. And at forward, Jessica McHugh. Meanwhile, from Mount St. Mary, it's a little bit of a few new wrinkles into the starting lineup for Coach Mary Dietz. Maggie Trinkus starts her 19th game. Casey Love and Brianna Guglielmo. Those aren't any significant changes, but making their first starts of this season, Shannon Phelan and Kate Hughes, both seniors this year, making their first starts of the season. And we're about set to get underway. This will be the 34th all-time meeting between these two schools. Mount St. Mary leads it all-time 31-2, won the meeting earlier this year 83-39. That is the win that kick-started this long winning streak for the Knights. And the Knights have won the last 18 meetings between these two schools, 16-1 all-time inside the Kaplan Center. Mount St. Mary in the home whites, Purchase in the road orange. The officials for tonight's contest, Mike May, the referee. He will have the tip. He's joined with Michael Latino and Charvez Brown. And we are underway from the Kaplan Center. Trinkus wins it over to Casey Love, and we are underway on this Tuesday night doubleheader from Newburgh. Hughes, 15-footer, comes up short. Offensive rebound to Guglielmo. And Trinkus left all alone on the second chance bucket. Mount St. Mary strikes first. They had 22 second chance points in the win over St. Joseph's Brooklyn on Saturday. Big part of that, a major advantage in the rebounding category, out-rebounding the Bears 50-24. Mount St. Mary, the 9th best rebounding team in the country in terms of margin. Second best in the Skyline, behind only U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. And a travel is called against Purchase, giving possession back to the Knights. Casey Love controls the offense. She gives it off to Hughes. Kick out Guglielmo, spot up three. Long offensive rebound, Hughes. That won't go. Second and third chance points for Maggie Trinkus, and she converts again. All 4 points to Maggie Trinkus in the opening minute. Purchase comes in 4-17 overall, 3-13 in Skyline play. Shot clock under 10, and travel is called against Jessica McHugh. Panthers got a win against the college at Old Westbury on Thursday, January 30th, 69-28. Then fell to a few of the top teams in the conference in USMMA on the 1st of February, and then Manhattanville this past Saturday. They're going through the ringer as they take on the second place team in the Skyline tonight in Mount St. Mary. Good ball movement leads to an open look, and converting from way downtown is Kendall Larson, sophomore out of Staten Island. That's her 6th three-pointer of the season. Had struggled from beyond the arc to start the year as Phelan off the mark. A foul is called on the floor. Over the back is called against Guglielmo. And coming up limping is Hallie Gregg. A little bit of confusion after the foul call. I thought it was on Guglielmo. The scoreboard says it's against Kate Hughes. Foul is called on the floor against Shannon Phelan. And now the officiating crew going over to the scorer's table, and looks like they'll be making a change to that first foul. And it will be going against Guglielmo, that over the back call. Mike May picked up on it and communicated that to the rest of his officiating crew, and an offensive foul now is called against Carly Graff. Substitution that was made for Haley Gregg was Kalina Steiner, sophomore out of Fresno, California. Mount St. Mary with a 4-3 lead through the opening 3 minutes. All 4 points belonging to the freshman in Maggie Trinkus. Trinkus inside once again, gets to that right block, flips it up and in. She's got all 6 points. Steiner in the short corner, retreats back to the wing. Steiner gets some open space, rolls off the front rim. Hughes brings in the board. Love, long pass up ahead. Guglielmo inside, won't go. Trinkus grabs another offensive rebound. She's fouled. She'll head to the line for 2 shots. Trinkus in her freshman season out of Marcy, New York. When talking with Coach Dietz, and even ahead of the season, she had told me she doesn't act like a freshman. She doesn't play like one. Well, it's certainly true as the season has gone along. She misses the first free throw, but Trinkus competed on her high school varsity team when she was just in 8th grade, became a 4-year starter when she got to high school. Knocks in the second free throw and splits the pair to go up to 7 points in the first 3 minutes and some change. And she's continued that into this season, starting her 19th game out of 21 games. Coach Dietz says she never gets nervous, and she will tell you that she never gets nervous. Has an overall confidence, speaks like an upperclassman, controls the floor like an upperclassman, and never complains about any assignment she has to pick up defensively. If it's the best player, she doesn't mind that. As Purchase picks up a travel. Nearing the halfway mark in this opening quarter. 7-3 the lead for Mount St. Mary. Powered by Maggie Trinkus so far. Love, kick out up top to Hughes. Tried to lob it inside, and it's just a bit too high for Brianna Guglielmo. Good back cut by Steiner, gets behind Trinkus. She puts it in for a pair. Phelan sets her feet. Trinkus, when you know, another offensive board. Inside Hughes, nice find from Casey Love. And Kate Hughes gets on the board for the first non-Maggie Trinkus bucket of the evening for Mount St. Mary. And a takeaway. Phelan looks to go all by herself, rolls off the rim. Casey Love's got an offensive board, throws it up top. Trinkus has it poked away by Steiner, and Trinkus races back to get a jump ball. goes to the possession arrow, and it points in favor of Purchase. Saying our first couple substitutions, Aaron LaFaro and Lizzie LaFaro have checked in for Mount St. Mary. The two sisters down the lane. And with a nice finish is Charlie Nebb. Guglielmo to LaFaro. Puts it up, and that's off the mark. A rebound for Purchase. Looking for a chance to tie or take the lead on a three. Into the lane, swatted away by Trinkus. Sarah Cashin will come in. She replaces Trinkus. Triggering the inbound will be Nebb. Lobs it inside for McHugh. And looked like there was an inbound violation against Purchase. Love inside LaFaro, spins to her left, and it can't creep over the rim. Pushing the pace is Tavisha Sivarama Krishna. Steiner, the runner, and we're tied at 9. Mount St. Mary has been held scoreless for over the last 2 minutes. Lizzie LaFaro down the lane, comes up short. And LaFaro with the takeaway. Love a kick out to Cashin, but Love was fouled on the drive by Katie Argenzio. And Love will check out as Angelina Donato comes in. So a fresh 5 completely for Mount St. Mary. With the LaFaro sisters, Lauren Petrie and Sarah Cashin. Donato was open at the back door. Gives it back for a quick little jumper. And hitting is Lauren Petrie to put Mount St. Mary back in front, 11-9. Just over 2 minutes left to go in the opening frame. Feed it inside, back door, and good help side defense by Mount St. Mary. Forced a tough shot on Charlie Nebb. Cross-court skip, Petrie attacks inside, a floater off the window. Back-to-back buckets for Lauren Petrie. Forces a timeout from Stephen Bauer in his second season with Purchase with 1:45 left to go in the opening quarter. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step aside with them. 13-9, Mount St. Mary with the early lead in the opening quarter. Back on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network. Matt Scalzo, glad you can make me a part of your Tuesday night. It's a Tuesday doubleheader inside the Kaplan Center. First up, the women's contest between Purchase and Mount St. Mary. And through the first quarter, Mount St. Mary with an early 4-point lead. But Purchase proving to be a tough competitor here in the first quarter. Shot clock under 10. Nice to see Haley Gregg back into the game. Shot clock winding down, and a travel is called on Purchase before they're able to get the shot off. Minute 16 left to go. That is the 8th turnover for Purchase in the first quarter. That is something that has plagued this team throughout the year. They're last in the Skyline in terms of turnovers per game, averaging 26. Good ball movement. Petrie looking to keep the hot shooting going, and she rattles in another. The last 6 points have belonged to number 10 in white. And it's up to a 6-point lead for Mount St. Mary as we creep under the final minute in this first quarter. Gregg finds the backdoor slip from Neb. Reverse layup wouldn't go. Donato pushing the pace with numbers. Donato gonna go coast to coast, so a last minute slip. Beautiful find to Erin LaFaro. Donato nearly going all 94 feet before the jump pass over to LaFaro. Lead blossoms up to 8. Argenzio an open 3 off the back heel. Goes out of bounds, last touched by Sarah Cashin. Shot clock is dark with 8 seconds before the end of the quarter. Carly Graff has come back in. Graff gonna heave a deep 3 and knocks it in. Donato puts it up at the horn. Wow, nearly got it to go. Donato just off the front rim, but a huge shot right before the buzzer. And Haley Gregg, a deep 3, cuts the lead down to 5 at 70-12. Mount St. Mary in front as we conclude the first 10 minutes. Coming up, second quarter action on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network. Second quarter coming up from the Kaplan Center on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network. Glad you could make me a part of your Tuesday night. Matt Scalzo with you. Mount St. Mary with a 17-12 lead after the first 10 minutes. A couple of turnovers from both teams. Shot clock will go up to 27 seconds. As the officials rule, there was a change of possession before Purchase threw it back to Mount St. Mary. Cross-court skip goes out of bounds. LaFaro, or is Aaron LaFaro looking for her sister Lizzie, and they rule it was not touched by Steiner. So a couple of turnovers and unforced errors for Mount St. Mary in the opening 20 seconds. Neb down the lane. No foul is called. Lizzie LaFaro will run it all the way down. Looking for help. Tried to kick it in the corner. It's intercepted by Graff. Hand off and a long two. Goes off the back heel from Gregg. Donato down the lane. Off balance, made it for a tough two. Into the paint. Back to the wing, Neb. Handoff. Quick little jumper from Neb is short. Rebound to Petrie. Donato skip out to the corner. Lizzie LaFaro, a three. Bullseye. LaFaro, nothing but net on the triple. Puts the lead up to 8, and it's 20-12. First bucket of the second quarter for Mount St. Mary. And for LaFaro, she struggled shooting from 3 as of late. Well, it's just 3 for her last 12 coming into tonight. And answering on the other end, a deep 2 coming from Charlie Neb, makes it 20-14. LaFaro eyes it up, another one, and it's good once again from Lizzie LaFaro, heating up in the second quarter, back-to-back triples. Pushes the lead up to 9. LaFaro gets up to six points total. And she gets a deflection on the other end, scooped up by Sarah Cashin. Donato kicks it out, LaFaro, no hesitation. Wow. Talk about a heat check for Lizzie LaFaro. 3 threes on as many possessions, and the lead has skyrocketed up to 12 for Mount St. Mary in the second quarter. 30-second timeout taken by Purchase. But how about that from Lizzie LaFaro? She is just averaged 5 points per game over 3 of her last 4. She played 2 minutes against St. Joseph's Long Island, exited with an injury, so I won't count that into it. So in her last 3 games, she's averaged 5 points per game. She's got 9 in just over a minute and some change. Definitely a 3-point threat, 10th in the Skyline in terms of threes per game with 1.6. That'll go up as well. She's been in a little bit of a slump, but she certainly seems to have gotten herself out of it. 3 for 4 from the floor, 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. And it's up to a 12-point lead for Mount St. Mary. Coach Dietz, when talking with her ahead of the St. Joseph's Long Island game, I asked her about the changes in the lineup where both LaFaros were coming off the bench. And she said, it took me too long to realize it, but as you would expect when you're playing with your sister, you just play a little bit better. As Love drives in, has it knocked away by McHugh. She stepped out of bounds, so possession will stay with the Knights. But Coach Dietz realizing, these two tend to play better when they're on the court together. Shot clock put down to 25 seconds. It was incorrectly reset. Starters back out there. Nice find from Kate Hughes. Everyone pushed up on the lob pass by Guglielmo, and Hughes just tapped it back to her. She was all alone under the basket. Guglielmo nearly a steal. McHugh, 15-footer, bounces in. Brings the deficit down to 12. Hughes just inside the free throw line, comes up short. Loose ball picked up by Argenzio. McHugh comes up short on the inside shot. Love finds a running Guglielmo. Nice find from Casey Love in transition. Guglielmo going rim to rim. Back up to a 14-point lead for the Knights. Sierra Quinn makes her first appearance of the evening. And she picks up a foul as Steiner sidestepped her and caught her hip. 2 shots for Steiner, who is a 72.9% free throw shooter, so we'll round up. Will be nice. 73% on the season for Steiner. And puts in the first to get up to 5 points. That's a team high. Had 6 points in the loss against Manhattanville. She goes 1 for 2, long rebound. Guglielmo hunts it down. Mount St. Mary has looked considerably better in this second quarter. 13 points through the halfway point. Phelan eyes up a 3, rolls off the rim, offensive rebound, Love. She's pushed from behind by McHugh. In that first quarter alone, Mount St. Mary just put up 17 points, so nearing their total with still 4 minutes to go in this second frame. Looking for their 8th consecutive win. This winning streak started in the first meeting between these two back on January 16th. Hughes up with the left. Good box out and a rebound from Kendall Larson. With some speed, loses the handle. Quinn the first to the floor. We go to the arrow, it points Purchase's way. Also pushing for the playoffs is Mount St. Mary, second in the Skyline. They're trying to finish in that top 2 to have home court advantage unless they were to play U.S. Merchant Marine Academy, who is currently unbeaten in conference play. We'll see those 2 teams in this building on Saturday at 1 p.m. for Senior Day. The Mariners are 20-1 overall, 17-0 in Skyline play. It was a thriller between those two when they first met earlier this year. As another offensive rebound. Quinn, a long 2, rolls off the front rim. Ball's loose. Guglielmo picks it up. Phelan looking for the bounce pass to Hughes is out of her reach, and it goes out of bounds. But as I was saying, it was a thriller when U.S. Merchant Marine Academy and Mount St. Mary faced off the first time on January 10th. Overtime win at home in Kings Point for U.S. Merchant Marine Academy, who have won the last 2 meetings. That is on Saturday at 1. The top 2 teams in the Skyline go head-to-head. Foul is called on the floor. We'll see a substitution as Maggie Trinkus comes in for Kate Hughes. That's the second personal foul against Guglielmo. She'll have to be careful to not pick up her third. Pass inside, off the mark. Offensive rebound for Purchase. Neb looks around all alone and knocks in a three. Charlie Nebb's had a strong game. She's got 7 points. That's the team high. Guglielmo, kick out to Love. Long two off the front rim. Bouncing around, goes off of Guglielmo, they call it. Panthers back in possession. Lauren Petrie will come in, as does Lizzie LaFaro. Phelan and Guglielmo will take a seat. Nab the pass inside. Love picks up a foul reaching in. First foul against Casey Love. 2:51 left to go in the half. Nab finds an outlet in Larson. Under 10, step back, deep two from Larson off the front rim. Quinn picks up a rebound. Love will push the pace across half court. In transition, open three for Petrie. That's off the mark. Offensive rebound, Trinkus. Petrie gave it off to Quinn, went through her hands, leaves it off for LaFaro. Lizzie LaFaro down the lane, up with the left. Off the mark. Neb has it poked out of her hands by Trinkus. Stays with it. Larson thought about the three. Kick over to to Greg, who gets inside and it's poked out of bounds. Possession will go the way of the Knights. Also in for purchase, Amira Mahabir, sophomore out of Brooklyn, New York. Number 30 in orange. Love was looking to go inside. A push is called against Neb. Third foul against Purchase as a team. First against Neb. Actually, the team's second. LaFaro puts up another three. That's off the mark to the right. A discombobulated possession for Mount St. Mary. Neb traveled before she was able to get that pass off. Mount St. Mary has gone into a drought. As I was talking about, that halfway point, they had 13 points in the second quarter. They have yet to score since. It has been 4 minutes and 25 seconds and counting since the last time Mount St. Mary was able to put up a point. LaFaro into the lane, gives it off. Trinkus left block, count it, and the foul. Maggie Trinkus will look to complete the three-point play and get into double figures. She ties Elizabeth LaFaro on a game-high 9 points on that bucket. She's a perfect 4 for 4 from the floor. And she completes the three-point play, gets up to 10 points in the first half. And we're under a minute to go in quarter number 2. Greg trying to slip it back. But it ends up in the hands of Larson, and a foul is called on the floor against Lauren Petrie. 4th team foul against Mount St. Mary. First personal on Petrie. And the inbound pass goes awry, scooped up by Trinkus running the floor. And Trinkus puts it in on the other end. 12 points in the first half for Maggie Trinkus. The lead is up at 15 for Mount St. Mary. Shot clock is dark. The Panthers can hold for the final shot. Neb from the elbow, step back 2, drops in. Mount St. Mary can push the pace. Love across half court. Into the corner, Trinkus puts it up with 4, and Trinkus knocks it in. What a half for Maggie Trinkus right before the horn. The lead goes back up to 15, the largest lead of the night so far for Mount St. Mary, and Maggie Trinkus goes into the locker room with 14 points in the first half, a perfect 6 for 6 from the floor and 2 for 3 at the line. Looking around at the rest of the stats, Mount St. Mary out rebounding Purchase 20-12 with 10 offensive rebounds, 14 assists to just the 4 for Purchase, and the turnover battle also being won by Mount St. Mary. 13 first half turnovers from Purchase, just 6 for the Knights. Looking at Purchase, though, there are some positives. Charlie Nab, she's got 9 points in the first half. She's just averaged over 6 over the last 4. She's put it all together with a strong performance, 4 for 8 from the floor. Panthers are also 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. Mount St. Mary shooting 44% from the floor, 3 for 8 from beyond the arc. And it's Maggie Trinkus leading the way. Lizzie LaFaro just behind her with 9 points. We'll take a quick break on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network. Third quarter action coming up in 14 minutes time, so take a break, go grab something to drink, maybe grab an early dessert or grab yourself some dinner. We'll be back after this on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network. Thank you. Welcome back to the Kaplan Center. Second half action coming up in just over a minute on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network. The Knights of Mount St. Mary lead Purchase 37-22 through the first half of action. And if you're just joining me, Matt Scalzo, glad you can make me a part of your Tuesday night. Powering the way for the Knights is Maggie Trinkus, the young freshman who doesn't play like a freshman. 14 points, perfect 6 for 6 from the floor so far. She's got 4 rebounds as well. Lizzie LaFaro hit 3 consecutive threes in that second quarter. That jump-started the Knights' offense. She's got 9 points. She's also added 3 assists as well. Angelina Donato's got 5 assists, and Casey Love's got 4 to her name as well. Meanwhile, for Purchase, Charlie Nebb leading the way. She's got 9 points, and then Kaylina Steiner has 5 for the Panthers that have turned the ball over 13 times to just the 6 of Mount St. Mary. Most of the stats have been relatively the same, but it's been a tough hill to climb for Purchase. They got down to single digits before, got down to 10 at one point in that second quarter. But Mount St. Mary has been leading from the beginning and are looking to go wire to wire in this first game of a 3-game homestand for the Knights. They'll host U.S. Merchant Marine Academy on Saturday for Senior Day, and then next Wednesday, the 19th, they will be hosting Manhattanville for their final home game of the regular season. As we are underway in the second half, during halftime, the dance team honored 4 seniors on their squad, and it's Purchase getting the first punch to begin the second half. And it's Haley Gregg, who exited limping with an injury, came back in, and now she's on the board to open up half number 2. Starters back out there for both sides. Kate Hughes' pass is off the mark. Hughes and Phelan, the pair of wrinkles in the starting lineup for Mount St. Mary. Stepping out of bounds is Kendall Larson, and Hughes does a good job to trap with Casey Love and play a part in forcing that turnover. Guglielmo gets inside, try to return it back to Hughes. It goes off her fingertips. Nebb up ahead to Larson, and coming back is Phelan, but she stepped on the end line. Possession stays with the Panthers. Shot clock will go down to 25 seconds. And Nebb kind of got caught in between on what she was going to do on that inbound pass. Comes the other way for Mount St. Mary. Hughes passed up the 15-footer. Guglielmo had missed. It was an offensive rebound for Love, and Trinkus from the short corner misses for the first time tonight from the field. Gregg to the corner. Larson attacks baseline. Up to the elbow and a kick out to the corner. Graff heaves a 3 and hits from the corner. Graff with 2 threes, up to 6 points. Guglielmo skip over to Love. Trinkus deep 2. Comes up short, offensive rebound Phelan. Gets the return feed from Hughes and Shannon Phelan. Is able to get her first bucket of the night. And now a steal, Guglielmo. Love off the Trinkus. Hughes, 18-footer is pure. And after the three from Graff, Mount St. Mary responds with a bucket, a steal, and another basket to push the lead back up to 14. Larson has it taken away. Trinkus jumping in front of the pass. Trinkus one-on-one with Neb, gets inside and puts it in off the window. Trinkus gets up to 16 points, and the lead for Mount St. Mary goes up to, I believe it's supposed to be 43. Scoreboard says 41 to 29. Live stats tell me 43 to 27, and now they're making the change on the scoreboard. 43-27, full timeout taken by Stephen Bowen in his second season with Purchase. Recently served as the top assistant at the University of New Haven. We'll dive into more on him and Coach Dietz when we return on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network. Welcome back to the Kaplan Center on the campus of Mount St. Mary. It's a 43-27 lead for the Knights on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network. Matt Scalzo with you. Glad you can make me a part of your Tuesday. Let's talk about the coaches. I said I was going to. Now let's dive into them. Stephen Bauer in his second season with Purchase recently served as a top assistant at the University of New Haven from 2018 to 2022. Prior to that, he was an assistant with the Catholic University of America, Plymouth State, and Nichols College on the men's teams. And in addition to coaching, he's also Purchased his first ever recruiting coordinator. Meanwhile, for Coach Dietz, she's also in her second season, and she looks to build off a strong first year. She's got her team riding their best winning streak of the season at 8 games. She's 31-17 in her 2 seasons with Mount St. Mary, and in Skyline play, she's even more impressive. A 30-6 record as Love splits through a double team and scoops it up and in. Largest lead of the night at 18 points for Mount St. Mary. Casey Love gets her first bucket of the day. Trinkus and Love forcing a turnover. Tie up will go to the arrow. Goes Mount St. Mary possession. Hughes, nice find to Guglielmo, cutting back door. And Hughes put it on her. Lead blossoms up to 20. Phelan jumps the pass. 2-on-1. She's got Trinkus with her. The give. And count it again for Trinkus. She's looking for her second three-point play. And Mount St. Mary starting to flex its muscles in this second half. A similar story to what we saw against St. Joseph's Brooklyn. Tightly contested first half. It was tough for the Knights to pull away. As Trinkus again completes a three-point play, gets up to 18 points. Her career high this season, 20. That came back in December. Into the lane, it's Neb with a nice finish. Stops the bleeding for Purchase, who was scoreless over the last 2 minutes. Phelan, kick to the corner. Love puts up the three and connects. Pinballing around before dropping in for Casey Love. Fourth triple of the evening for Mount St. Mary. Casey Love gets up to 5 points. fouled is Gregg. Trinkus with the hold. And a fresh 5 will come in for Mount St. Mary. Gregg is off the mark on her first free throw. 11 for 20 coming into tonight at the line on the year. And Gregg will split the 2 free throws. 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. It's a 23-point advantage for the Knights. Cashin finds a cutting Donato. And now this is the offense we're used to seeing from Mount St. Mary. Working inside and outside as Donato looking to force Neb going right. And a travel is called on Purchase. Tavisha Sivarama Krishnan had the travel. Inside, Aaron LaFaro doubled. She switched her pivot foot. And LaFaro with the steal. Has her sister Lizzie with her. Gives it off to Donato. Looking to go back door. It's taken away by Gregg. She loses the handle, and LaFaro picks it up. And over and back is called against Mount St. Mary. A wacky and scrambled change of possession. Switches back to Purchase's possession. That will go. Rebound to Cashin. Donato gets up top, has some open space. Her 3 goes off the front rim. Neb step back 18-footer off the mark. A rebound for Lizzie LaFaro, and a reach-in foul is called against Neb. With 3:07 left to go in the third quarter. 25-point lead for Mount St. Mary. Both teams have been scoreless over the last minute 45. LaFaro had inside position, couldn't finish in close. Neb pump fakes, goes, kick out Graff, another triple. Bounces in and out. It was halfway down for Carly Graff. Donato, the runner in the lane. No offensive rebound to Petrie. Lizzie into Aaron. Nice spin and a finish with the left hand for Aaron LaFaro. Her second basket of the night. Neb gets some open space, puts up the 3, comes up short. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. A travel is called against Petrie. For Mount St. Mary, trying to avoid putting this game in a vacuum. Team that they beat handedly the first time around, 83-39, the first game that kick-started this 7-game winning streak. As you push towards the postseason, Coach Dietz wants her team playing their best basketball. After a grueling win over against St. Joseph's Long Island a couple of weeks ago, they had a week off and then kind of sputtered their way through Yeshiva. Got their offense going in the second half against St. Joseph's Brooklyn, and it's carried over into this one as Angelina Donato rattles in a long two. McHugh gets open under the basket, spinning away from Donato. First basket in just over 4 minutes for Purchase. Aaron LaFaro going to put up a long two, and that's pure from LaFaro. Scoreboard gives it as a 3. Officials on the court said it was a 2. And that change is made. Foul is called on the floor against Aaron LaFaro. Her first. 31.3 ticks to go in the third quarter. Wide open in the short corner. Pump fake up with the right, and a nice finish from Tavisha Shivarama Krishnan. And Lizzie LaFaro throws it away. 3-on-2 for Purchase. Stopping in the paint, putting it up, rolls off the rim on the shot from Graff. Last touched by Purchase, and 8.8 seconds to go in the third. Gives the final shot to Mount St. Mary. LaFaro with 4. LaFaro to the corner. Aaron gets the shot off and comes up short. We'll head into the fourth quarter. It's a 61-34 lead for Mount St. Mary. Up big over Purchase on their 8th consecutive win and their first of their 3-game homestand to close out the regular season. We'll be back after this on the Mount St. Mary Sports Network. We're back inside the Kaplan Center. 10 minutes to go for Mount St. Mary as they eye their 8th consecutive win and look to start this 3-game homestand with a W against the Purchase Panthers, up 61-34 as the fourth quarter gets underway. If you're just joining me, Matt Scalzo. Glad you could make me a part of your Tuesday evening. It's a doubleheader tonight at the Kaplan Center following the conclusion of this game, and set for an 8 p.m. tip-off. The men's team will take on Manhattanville as Lizzie LaFaro goes coast to coast with a strong finish. Makes it 63-34, and for LaFaro, she gets into double figures with 11 points, had 3 threes in the second quarter. Steiner pump fakes, goes inside. Lizzie knocks it away. Her sister Erin is the first to the floor. Donato puts up a 3 off the heel. Cashin unable to save it. LaFaro is the second night scorer to get into double figures. Maggie Trinkus has 19 points. That's a 1 off her career high. Neb, who was fouled by Cashin. Neb's got 11. That's a team high for Purchase. 5 for 11 from the floor. McHugh gets the foul and the finish. She'll look to make it a 3-point play with 8:31 left to go. Lauren Petrie will come in. She'll replace Angelina Donato. And McHugh completes it, makes it 63-37. Foul is charged against Neb, her 3rd. Haley Gregg will come in. She'll replace Neb, who creeps into a little bit of foul trouble. Quinn inside LaFaro, up with the right and in. Aaron LaFaro has settled in. Excuse me, that was actually Neb's 4th personal foul. So looking to avoid any more damage against the Purchase's top scorer. Coach Bauer will take her out. Foul is called on the floor against Aaron LaFaro. That's her 2nd. Steiner will trigger the inbound. McHugh, a 15-footer, bounces in. LaFaro driving, kick out to Quinn. And Sierra Quinn rattles in a 3, and now Quinn gets in on the 3-point party. 5 triples on the night for the Knights. Quinn will tap that out of bounds, but for Sierra Quinn, top 3-point shooter last season, has struggled a bit from beyond the arc this year, but she certainly enjoyed playing at home. She's played 6 minutes against St. Joseph's Long Island in the last home game, but prior to that, in their 3 prior home games, she had averaged 11 points per game, over 8 rebounds per game, and was 7 for 18 from beyond the arc. LaFaro, kick out Cashin, steps inside the arc. Petrie comes out of the pile with the rebound. Quinn pump fakes, gives it off to Petrie. She'll line up the triple and hit. As Petrie puts in her first 3 of the night. 9th point for Lauren Petrie, who was a big part of a solo 6-0 run to get this Mount St. Mary offense into gear in that first half. Goes out of bounds off of Cashin. Shannon Fallon will come in. She replaces Lizzie LaFaro. Exits with 11 points, 4 for 7 from the floor, 3 for 4 from beyond the arc, 5 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks for Lizzie LaFaro. That 3 comes up short for Margenzio. Fallon lobs inside, LaFaro. Aaron LaFaro, who had struggled initially, has really gotten it going as of late. She's 5 for her last 6 from the floor. She's got 10 points, joining her sister in double figures. And LaFaro will take that one away. Petrie couldn't finish in close. For Aaron LaFaro, that's her 4th steal. Part of 16 steals for Mount St. Mary tonight. 3 comes up short from Purchase as we near the halfway point in this 4th quarter. Aaron LaFaro starting to feel it. Offensive rebound to Petrie. Cashin, cross-court skip. Quinn lines up a triple. That goes off the front rim, but Cashin, like a bloodhound, finds another offensive rebound. Petrie spinning to the left and using the window. Mount St. Mary seems well on its way to its 8th straight win. Its average margin of victory has been, or in this winning streak, has been over 39 points. As McHugh is long on the 18-footer. Quinn has it knocked away, stays with it, gives it off to Phelan. Inside LaFaro, spins to the left, and the hook shot wouldn't go. Lob down to McHugh, goes off the foot of a Mount St. Mary player. We'll see some more substitutions as Brianna Guglielmo returns along with Kate Hughes and Angelina Donato, Sierra Quinn, Sarah Cashin, and Aaron LaFaro. We'll head to the bench. Pass inside, Gregg up with the left, puts it in. Hughes, 15-footer, knocks it in. Hughes up to 6 points. The graduate student rather, out of Rockaway Beach, New York. Didn't play much of last year, just appeared in 2 games before suffering an ACL injury. She's come back this year, and Coach Dietz loves having her around. Brings a mature and calming presence when she's on the floor and into practice. Got the start tonight. Takeaway for Mount St. Mary. Guglielmo gives it off to Phelan. Looks inside for Hughes, and jumping that lane is Siva Ramakrishnan. Argenzo tried to save it. She stepped out of bounds with 2:48 left to go. Hughes looking out to Donato. Donato goes baseline. Couldn't finish in close. Neb with good defense, avoiding her way of fouling out. Finds Graff. Another takeaway for Mount St. Mary. Donato thought about the pass, opts to bring it out. As we near the final 2 minutes in this one from the Kaplan Center. Guglielmo at the back door puts it in. She gets up to 8 points. As now we'll start to look ahead to what's next, as Mount St. Mary is a minute 45 from its 8th consecutive win on the year. Will improve to 14-8 overall. 14-3 in conference play. As for Purchase, they'll drop to 4-18, 3-14 in Skyline play. What's next for the Panthers? They'll be on the road. Or no, they'll be back at home against St. Joseph's Long Island on Senior Day on Saturday. It's the penultimate home game of the year for the Panthers, taking on the 4th place Golden Eagles, who are 6-16 overall. And St. Joseph's Long Island won the first meeting this year on January 10th, 73-60. As going to the line will be Tavisha Shivarama Krishnan. She puts in the first. And gets the second as well. Check it in will be Amaya Mahabir. As we have the final minute 15 in this contest between the two teams. As for Mount St. Mary, I alluded to it earlier, might be the game of the year in the regular season and potentially a championship preview, as Guglielmo gets Mount St. Mary across the 80-point threshold and into double figures for Guglielmo. Her 11th double-figure scoring effort. Has averaged 11 points per game over the last 5 games, which includes this one. But as I was talking about, 1 versus 2 on Saturday for Senior Day from the Kaplan Center. The Knights will be hosting the Mariners of U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. The Mariners are 20-1 overall, 17-0 in Skyline play as Cashin gets on the board. And now all Knights Knights players have gotten on the board this evening. First meeting between those two teams went down to the wire. They needed an extra period in overtime just to get it done. A 68-65 win in Kings Point for U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. And 18.8 seconds to go. There'll be 8 straight for Mount St. Mary as Greg goes to the line for 2. Greg puts in the first. And the second for Purchase. But shot clock is dark. Donato will bring it across half court, and Mount St. Mary will dribble this out. Coming up next from the Kaplan Center, The men's team for Mount St. Mary will be taking on Manhattanville. Tip-off set for 8 p.m. You'll have to leave this stream and head over to the men's one to catch that one as this comes to a close. So great, they made it 8 in a row for Mount St. Mary, a 43-45 win for the Knights to improve to 14-8 overall, 14-3 in conference play, and it's 8 straight wins. Now for Mount St. Mary, Maggie Trinkus leads the way, 19 points, a game high for her. Lauren Petrie, Aaron LaFaro, and Lizzie LaFaro, along with Brianna Guglielmo, also got into double figures. Charlie Knabb led the way for Purchase with 11. But that'll do it for the first game of the night. Again, the second half of this Tuesday night doubleheader coming up around 8 p.m. when the men's team will take on Manhattanville to conclude this Tuesday night doubleheader from the Kaplan Center. But that'll do it for the first half. Catch me on the second game between Mount St. Mary and Manhattanville. Special thanks to our entire crew. This has been Matt Scalzo. Mount St. Mary takes game 1 of the Tuesday night doubleheader, 83-45.